So we are coming out to the garden, and Sophia wants to see what her little hands have been able to sprout. So last Tuesday we planted, so it's been 7 days, been a full week, and we have sprouts. We have, look at this, baby girl. You're gonna have zucchinis. You're gonna have 2 rows of zucchinis. And we have cucumbers. 2 rows of cucumbers coming up. And we have yellow summer squash coming up. Now, I don't know how it's gonna work.
Hi, Mom. I'm in the big book.
What do you think, Sophie? Look at what you did.
I think it's amazing.
Did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be harvesting squash, and cucumbers will make pickles.
Aww. Look.
So we have, I don't know, maybe we've hit our rainy season a little late. And I'm getting kind of worried because this ground is pretty wet. If you can see over here, the reason that we built up our beds, because in the past, when we've had the garden out here, when we first started, it was not good. We would lose a lot of stuff because of the rain. So we built them up, but
Mommy, look.
I know, you've got squash sprouting. It's all over here. Look at all these sprouts. Sorry. You can see right here from our neighbor's yard. Their yard drains into our yard. So, we have quite a problem. And my thought is, it's lovely to have a road that close to your house, isn't it? So my thought is to dig a little drainage ditch to allow for some of that water to drain into the ditch and go all the way out here, because it's just not really doing my yard a lot of good, and especially when I want to like come out a little ways this way. It kind of makes it hard to expand a little more when we're seeing that kind of thing go on. So everything got watered really good. Like, it was a deluge yesterday. Everything got watered, whether it wanted to be watered or not, it got it. So that's where we're at with all that. Our bell peppers are coming along. Good thing is, I won't have to water for quite a while. Look at that little baby bell peppers.
Can I bring Molly out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. No concept of we're taping. She's 5. So, wanted to talk a little bit about, part of growing crops and things is you're prepared for other things. And I've mentioned that we started this garden, well, we've always had a garden, because you never know when you're going to fall on some rough times, or currently there's a pandemic. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, in the beginning of this pandemic, it was really difficult for some people to find seeds. And I did talk about seed saving, and we do have, I do have the mustard seeds saved that I got from my friend Kelly. I've cut some okra, and I'm saving some of the okra seeds that I've got from my okra. And
Leave it alone now.
I have cilantro seeds that are starting to come on, and I'm saving those seeds. So I have all kinds of seeds that I'm saving. So that's important. But I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about when you can't find seeds and you want to plant stuff, what can you do? So I want to show you that you can start a lot of things just out of your pantry. You'd be amazed at the things that you can purchase. For instance, I have several of these. This beautiful plant is ginger, and ginger is wonderful. If you have tummy issues, like, you go, if you've got the flu, the stomach flu, you drink ginger ale oftentimes. Well, here it is. I just went to the store, bought some ginger root, soaked it, cut the little knobs, and I planted the knobs. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here comes another one. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here comes another one. 13, 14. There'll be plenty in there. So that's something that I made sure that I bought organic ginger when I did this, because I didn't want anything that was like a genetically modified or anything. So that's how we got that. And we have plenty of ginger, and ginger grows really well, and you can use your ginger for cooking. You can use it as a tea for anybody that's got a stomach virus and vomiting. Another thing that I did was I went, and again, this was organic. I went to the store and I bought celery. And when I got to that base, when I was done with it, like I cut the tops off the celery and I had the base, I just stuck the base in some water in my kitchen. Put it in the window, and it looks like it's getting a little bit too much water right now, but you can see I have celery growing. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 5 of those, sorry. And I came out here last night, as a matter of fact, and cut some of these stalks. Used them in my beef stew, and I used some in my salad. And these tops, you can actually use these in your salad too. So pretty much the whole thing of celery can be used when you are growing it. You can use the tops in your salad. There, take that off. Some other things that you can do, and I know most people know about potatoes, but if you buy a bag of potatoes and that you don't use them all, and then you forget about them and they have those little eyes that have started to sprout, you can always grow your potatoes. And my kids absolutely love ground potatoes. So if I'm in the kitchen and this one's got an eye, Mom, then they come out and plant it. So here's one, here's one, here's one, here's one. Potatoes are really easy. Very little work when you have a potato. Put it in the ground. These will become long stalks, and they have a really pretty flower on them. You know me, I love those flowers. Get a little flower. When they lay down, the stalk will lay down. That's when I go out there and I pull them up. Because once they have started to lay down, that usually is an indicator to me that those potatoes are ready to come up. So you just go. The kids love it. I don't know how many people out there watch those shows where they dig for gold in the ground. I can't think of what it is. But my kids love watching that show. And so Jacob and Sophia, the two youngest, they'll come out here and they pretend like they are digging for gold. And we have red potatoes and yellow potatoes, all kinds of potatoes. We've even had purple potatoes when I went and bought potatoes. And again, these are organic when I bought them. And now it's got to the point that a lot of times I don't really have to buy potatoes. This we've already pulled from here. So that's why there's not so many. But we had this whole from here over to probably about here. Oh, look, here's one that just sprouted up. We must have missed one. Was just full of potatoes up in here. And then we had to pull them out because we were redoing the side of the house, which is why you see this new wood, which we need to get painted. So I don't plan on planting anything else here beside the house until we get all of this extra work done so that they're not getting stepped on and squished. But once that happens, I can always come back in here, put more potatoes, and I'll have potatoes I won't have to buy. And it was all started from what I had bought from the store. My garlic, which is getting super wet right now from all this rain, again, put a clove of garlic from my kitchen. And again, just know that I always buy organic. So that's some red garlic. This is going to be that elephant garlic that I've got growing in here. But you can see, again, took some of those cloves, dropped them in there, and I'm always going to have garlic. So I wanted to show you today something I am doing with carrots, and this is something that you can do as well with your carrots. See those tops? You're going to cut them off anyway. You can see here, I've had them in here. Well, this one I've had for a while because one of the kids wanted to eat a carrot. So I cut the end off and I washed it up and I gave it to them. But this one has actually started to sprout. Now these, I made a beef stew last night. So all of these came from last night. But they will start to sprout like this. And once it starts to sprout and it's a little bit taller, I will take those carrots and put them someplace in the garden. And we will have some carrots growing. And again, yes, these are organic carrots I got from the store, but we will be growing our own. You can also take broccoli. If you're buying fresh broccoli and it's on the stalk, cut off the broccoli and put your stalk in some water. You'll see that it starts to grow some roots, and once that happens, you can even grow broccoli that way. There's a lot of things. Onions grow that way. There's just a lot of things. So this episode is about planting your pantry. Things, if you can't find seeds, go to your pantry. Dried beans, if you buy dried beans at the store, you can plant them. They will grow. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to share with you a little bit about how the garden is going that we just planted with the cucumbers and the squash. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how to grow things. Ooh, and I forgot, I had a friend, my friend Gerald, brought me over some of his pineapple plants, but you know how he started these? He went to the store, he bought pineapples, he cut the tops off and rooted them. And then he brought me 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So we will also have pineapples. So lots of things that you can plant, again, that you have already in your pantry. And when you want food and you can't find seeds, go to that pantry and start experimenting. See if you can get something to root. Just put it in some water. A lot of your fruits, especially if you're buying organic and they're non-GMO, put those seeds in the ground, see what you can come up with. Put them in a little dish of water like I showed you with the carrots. See what you can come up with. I know I've talked to some of you before, Amisha. I've talked to my friend Amisha about planting your pantry. And hopefully this helps. You can see some of the things that I've started just out of my own pantry. Or things like this beautiful pineapple that a friend has given me. But he started right out of his pantry. So, lots of ideas. Good luck on your homestead if you have one. If you're starting one, have fun with it. Get your family involved. It's fun and it's a good learning experience. Share your ideas. Thanks for watching Rain's Micro Mini Homestead. Bye now.